What's poppin', bro? How you doing?
I'm good.
Sure.
How are you?
No, I'm doing well, man. I'm doing great. Thank you for the fire performance. It's got me all hyped up. I'm ready now to hear from you after that fire.
Always. I mean, it always happens.
I'm ready to hear from the boy from the ghetto.
Yeah. From the ghetto.
How about you just introduce yourself to the people, bro? Tell them who you are, where you from, where you schooling, all of that wonderful information.
Molweni makhani nibulise nonke apho nikhona ngelihle igama lenkosi nami ngilami igama ndithi lo ngulungani uthetha nani. Yeah, so I'm all the way from the West Rand, a Krugersdorp, kwindawonyana encinci, a ghetto as I call it, a Talton. Yeah, that's where I'm from, that's where I'm based. But currently ndiyafunda ndingumfundi. I go to the University, Wits. Yeah, that's where I'm currently doing right now.
So what you studying at Wits, bro?
I'm studying Bachelor of Arts in Theatre and Performance.
Ooh.
Yeah,
so what's that all about? Like, what's a student in the Bachelor of Arts in Theatre? What do they do? All of that.
So in Bachelor of Arts in Theatre and Performance, we basically learn acting. So that's all about acting. Everything based on acting, where it originates, different kinds of performances and acting, different fields, because there's different fields within the acting industry, and how that where it originates and how that impacts how we act today. So we look at the European style, the American style, the African style of how the performance is done, and then you combine all those things, and then you basically learn about all those methods of acting, because they are important, help you to grow as an actor. You need to know certain things about acting. It's not just stand in front of the camera, action, and that's it. So there's more to learn, like the basics of acting, basically. Yeah.
So like in a nutshell, for somebody watching this who's wondering, okay, what is he talking about when he says like the basics of acting? What are some of the basics of acting that maybe someone at home who can't really go to university for it, they can just start practicing those certain things to become a better actor?
Yeah, I mean you have to, the basics is all about understanding the acting, and all this comes from people like Stanislavski. If you go and research about Stanislavski, you'll see he's a Greek guy from Europe. He gives you methods of acting. He has his own methods of acting, which is the basics of like understanding. If you're given a character, you understand the character in a different way, and how do you tap into that character? Those are like the basic things that when you get a script, they say, today you're gonna act and be Lungani. You need to know who's Lungani. Lungani is a musician, Lungani is a student, Lungani is a son, Lungani is a family member. You see, all those things you need to know. You won't know them. You won't know that you need to know those things if you don't do your research. So Stanislavski, those are the people that give you the basics of acting. And also you get people like Chekhov, who also have their own method of acting, who's going to tell you if you need to tap into a character. If the character is feeling sad, how do you tap into the character? You think of a scenario that you know. If you are in a sad situation, you think of someone that you've lost, that eventually, because naturally it's going to make you sad, and then that's how you tap into the sadness of the character. You are sad for the character, but you are also sad in real life, because you're thinking about losing your mother, for instance. That wouldn't be something that you think about and be fine with it, because it's deep within you. So those are kind of like the underlying basics of it, but you go in deeper into it as you go in.
So like, tell me, man, on a personal level, when you tap into those kind of emotions, doesn't it like depress you? Like maybe you from acting this really sad thing, now you're accessing all of your heartbreaks in life, all of the things that hurt you. Isn't that depressing?
It is depressing. Yeah. I mean, mostly, hence you have like Chekhov, you have Stanislavski. You choose between the two. So
Okay.
what happens is that Stanislavski would argue that Chekhov's method isn't working or isn't realistic. Because if you're saying, because Chekhov would say we're doing method acting, in that way you tap into those emotions that you are used to, and then in that moment you become depressed. So now you can't get out of the character because we can't progress because you are depressed. One example was is when you drink, right? Method acting requires you to really drink in actual like, but that hinders the process of the production and filming, because if now you are drunk, we need to do a retake. What happens?
Yeah.
We can't move. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
so you choose between the two. Also, you choose what to do and what not to do.
So what's like the alternative to the method acting?
It's just being good at pretending.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
just literally acting.
Just act it. Be good at trying to tap into that sadness, but make it surface level. Don't go deep,
Yeah.
because Chekhov says go deep and think about that person. But when you are in the surface level, I lost someone. I just be sad, and then that's it. From there, you can move on. But if you go how you lost them, think about that moment when you were with them and how you felt in that. Hey, that's all deep. Then you're gonna get all depressed, and then how you gonna come out of that? We need to sit you aside and be like, hey man, it's gonna be fine. You just that's a lot of time also.
So for you personally, which method do you prefer?
I mean, I don't do Chekhov. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I prefer like Stanislavski, yeah, because it's more easier doing that. Yeah, because I've seen it in the method acting. I've seen it in real life, and it was hard for other people to doing it.
Yeah, getting out of it.
Yeah, it was hard because now they were like in a trance. The spirits they've taken all over
I heard
them.
about that guy.
So, yeah.
Who's that guy? The guy that played the Joker in Batman.
Yeah, yes.
They say like that guy was so into that
Exactly.
character that he couldn't get out of it, even in real
couldn't.
life.
Yes,
Yeah.
because he had to go into isolate himself just so he can get the behaviors of the character. That also is like method acting, to a point where like now he died because of that.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, apparently he passed away because of that incident.
Oh,
The
damn,
first
I
guy,
didn't know that.
the first guy that really did the Joker.
Damn, but just having that kind of commitment and passion to like a character and all of that, you think you can even have that with the other method? You can have that kind of commitment to a
you
character
can.
without actually becoming that. I always wonder that.
Yeah, you can you
Yeah.
can become other. You can become as passionate as you are with the other method.
Yeah.
They also work. They all work the same, but in this one it's more authentic and real.
Yeah.
In this one it's more like pretense.
Yeah.
But in most cases we need like real and authentic. But
Absolutely.
real and authentic is like, it's time consuming. It hinders the whole process. If now we need to progress, we won't progress.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know, like for me personally, when I'm like in the gym or something, I go into those negative emotions. I think about the heartbreaks, and
Yeah.
that's what gives me the energy to go. But after that, I'm just okay. So I can tap out of that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I guess it's also dependent on
The
like,
person,
yeah.
yes.
If you're able to just like tap out of that.
Yeah, if you are that person who like knows how to tap out of it,
Yeah.
like real quick, then I think that is for you, because you can utilize that and still be
raw
you.
emotion.
Yeah, and still be you, and give us that a full blown performance where we see you in the rawness of you and authentic you. I feel like if you can tap out of it. I mean, I feel I too can tap out of it, but I don't think I need to play there in order to
It's
find,
not
because
sustainable.
some days you will find out. Yeah, one of the days you'll find out and be
Yeah.
like, hey, I shouldn't have done this.
Too much.
Yeah, days are different.
So, how about you just tell us a little bit more about your journey towards getting to Wits, and a little bit about your journey at Wits. How was the experience of transitioning from high school to actually going into university and studying theater, and what were some of the challenges that you faced in that whole transition?
So my journey, like since Vele, I'm like the entertainment guy. I like entertainment industry, and I matriculated. When I matriculated, the following year, I was in a gap year. I couldn't come into this because of certain blockages or red tapes. So when I was sitting through the thingy, the gap year, I read the newspaper. In the newspaper, I saw Cornet Mamabolo, the guy on Scheme Sam. And then I was like, he came to Wits, did dramatic art. I was interested. I was like, oh, wow. So I can go to Wits too. And then I applied to come to Wits. And then I got admitted at Wits, accepted. I got accepted rather at Wits. And I did my audition. I got inside. And I was excited. I was excited. I mean, coming to Wits. Wits is like most prestige university in the whole of South African region. If we're not comparing with the other university, but yeah. So
throwing shots. Throwing shots. Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm gonna have other people coming here saying the same thing about other universities. So I throw those shots. You take the bullets.
These are not the shots. I'm just saying.
These are not the opinions of varsity. It's the opinions of the artists.
But yeah, I came here. I feel like coming here was very nice, especially if you come from a different place, a different background where most of these things you don't do them. It was really nice coming here and experiencing other people and experiencing how other people also view life and their views. You get to see how people think differently from what you're used to, because the comfortability of being at home and being in an environment that thinks the same, where like nobody thinks different, and then you come into an environment where everybody's different and they're not speaking the same way because they have their own differences and beliefs, and they stick into those beliefs that they believe in. I was like intrigued, and I had a moment to be like, wow, really, this is like interesting. So it was really interesting being here. In terms of challenges, I haven't had much challenges when it comes to my journey until now. I've been cruising nicely. I would like to say I've been cruising nicely. Besides this year, because this year is one of the, that's when everything hit rock bottom or it went downhill, because all along I had like funding, but this year I happened to lose that funding that I had. So this is one of the year where like everything is like downhill. But according to school-wise, it has been like great. It hasn't been like that hard. I wouldn't say that. But besides that's a minor setback that is there, but it's not there to hinder any process that I'm going through or my schoolwork. It doesn't affect any of that. So I would say that is one of the challenges that I have currently in the university. But none than that, there's nothing.
Yeah, and what year are you in?
I'm in my final year. I'm in my final year, fourth year.
Fourth year.
Yeah.
Damn. So what are some of the courses and modules that you do leading up? Like maybe you can just mention the bigger ones, the ones that people tend to struggle with, or even just to look out for.
Yeah, I feel like mostly I would be lying if I say there's modules where you struggle too much, because really there isn't. It's only one or two. Yeah, two. It's theater arts and film FVPA, film visual and performing arts. Those two problematic.
Wow.
When you it's I don't know. It's how they are set up. It's how they are created that makes it more harder than the other ones. Because the other ones, they're more like practical stuff, where you're like, for instance, performance is a module. Performance, directing, writing, design, and musical theater. all those other ones, I wouldn't say they are more harder. I've never seen anyone say they failed really, unless when you were not submitting, you were not
just
attending
not
classes,
putting
or
in the work.
you were
Yeah.
not putting in the work.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then I would say then you would fail in that instance. But when it comes to theater arts and VPA, yeah, there, even if you put in the work, if the test is made to be against you, it's against you.
Yeah.
You can fail there. If also you don't, because as much as you put in the work, but if the test comes out different, and then you see a different paper than you'd expected, it kind of,
It's tough.
yeah, it becomes tough. Yeah, but those are the two modules that I would say that are the hardest when it comes to our degree. But none other than that, there's none. All of them are not easier, but are doable.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hardly for someone to fail.
Okay.
It's not the case.
So now, how does you being like an artist, a musical artist now, come about? When okay, I know a lot of people, they do the acting and the music at the same time, but in most cases, people are more inclined towards one of the two.
Yeah.
It's either you're known as an actor who happens to do music as well, or you're a musician who went into acting.
Yeah.
So how did that whole thing come about towards you striving for being an actor and also being a musician?
I feel like music came first. It was the first thing that I did, because back in like primary, I started with my music journey, because I started then. That's when I started writing music, not like really writing my own, but I would recite and have this book of music where I would listen to artists that I like, my favorite artists, and then from there I would write their lyrics down, and then I got intrigued by the fact that they can do that. I was interested in also doing that. And then from there I was like, okay, let me do this thing. Let me try it out and see what it is and what it is about. But acting has always been there also, because I love television. Even I remember in my matric, because I did science at school, science stream. So in school, you know, the science kids are most serious kids.
Oh, you were doing science in school?
Yeah, they were the most
life
serious.
science,
Yes.
physical science,
All
and
those
kind of what
pure
is it
maths,
again?
pure maths,
Pure
and
maths.
yeah, and EGD. So that's what I
EGD,
did.
what's
Engineering, graphics, and design.
That's like, man. And then you, after that, you're like, I know, I'm tired of these physics. I'm gonna just go act.
Yeah, I didn't.
Sorry about that.
I didn't want to continue doing physics and maths and
Yeah.
all those things. So from there, I was doing those streams, but I would watch television. For me, I would come back school, and we had like a study group. I'd make it laugh. I'll come up with an excuse and be like, I need to go and help out my mother with what, whereas we were studying with my friends. But that was a lie, so that I can go out and watch television, because I loved television like that, because I feel like it's within me. Ever since it's been engraved with me. Television, I used to love it. Even now, I love television. I watch it most of the time. Wherever I can get a chance, I watch soapies and the movies. So music also, it's the same thing, because it's in the same level, I would say, because I listen to music most of the time. I watch something most of the time. So it's balanced out. It's all these things together combined. And then I move forward with that. I wouldn't say the other is much bigger than the other, but all these combined are the two things that I focus on solely. Yeah.
Yeah, so what's your process of actually making the music?
My process.
Yeah.
It differs every time. It's not the same most of the time, because one day I'll wake up, maybe sleeping, and then think of a song, or have words that I would have and be like, okay, this is a nice way. This is a nice song. let me go into my laptop, and just do something, record maybe the vocals first, and then after that layer the beat after. It differs all the time because if even with the song that I performed, Ghetto, I woke up one day, I was like, I want the slow song because most of the song is like 808s, beats, the trap. I was like, I want something different, something more slower, chilled. I don't want something that is like more punchy and faster. And then I just went into my laptop, I did some chords, and then I slowed them down because initially they were fast. And then I put gross beat in it, and then it went slower. From there, I just stood up. From standing up, I did better. And then I was like, oh, that's actually nice. It sounds like something that would be really nice. And then I did the chorus, and then I put it there. I just did the chorus. I need to pop out the bottles and what, and just left it like that. And left it for weeks maybe, or days. I don't remember, but I left it for a really long time without the verse. And then when I decided that I wanted to release some music, that's when I went back and be like, oh, I remember I have a song called Ghetto that I need to go and like finish because I already have the chorus. I just need the verse, and then I filled in the verse. And then even the writing the verses, I don't think and say this is the concept, this is I'm going with this. I just write in G because I feel like writing. Anything that comes out, as long as it's fitting to the song, then it makes sense for me to put it in there. The process differs every time. It's not the same. Yeah, because even with because I released Umjita, which is the recent project that I released. With Uyena, it's a different, because I only had the 808, the pattern of the 808. That's the only thing I had, and I was like, I like this rhythm. I just need a chorus. From there, I had the 808 pattern for months. I think I did it last year, around June. Yeah, June, August, day. That's when I did it. I didn't touch it. I left it like that for months, and then, but I liked it. There's something that was drawing me back into it. I was like, okay, let me go back. Let me see what's with the 808 that keeps drawing me back into it. And then I went back into it. I filled in some melodies that I wanted to hear. Then I layered the chorus, and the chorus was fine. I was like, okay, I actually like this. I just left it at that also. I didn't do the verse. And then when I was like, okay, I want to release some music, let me go into the verse. Let me write the verse. And then I started writing the verse. And then that's it. It differs every time. It's not the same. Sometimes I would do the whole song, do the beat. After doing the beat, if it connects with me, that moment, I write everything that comes into mind. Usually I don't write choruses. The only thing that I write is verses. Yeah, because those, they require for you to sit down and then do with the flow, mind the flow, how it goes. Sometimes you can punch in and then do the punching where you just record into the mic, and then, but I don't usually do that because my laptop is tripping. It's doing its own things. So I would like to do the punching, but because the laptop is tripping, it's doing its own thing.
Yeah,
I'm like, it's fine. You don't want me to do this. So yeah, it differs every time. It's not linear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are some of the projects that you have out that you'd like people to go look for and go listen to and all of that?
Yeah, Umjita, which is one of the most recent one that I've released. Umjita is more. It has like three tracks, which is Ghetto, the one that you just performed, Polas, and then Uyena, the one that I just spoke about. Yeah, it has all those three tracks in it. Umjita, it's more about being in the ghetto. living the life in the ghetto, being umjita. Also umjita is umjita from Ekasi, umtu osekasi, umjita from Ekasi, friend, we call them umjita. So it's more about being a guy from the hood and the experiences that you experience from Ekasi, so it's all about that. Also previously I did Yena, which is like him. Yena, it also has like 3 tracks. It has, what's the first track? It has Ukwadin, it has Uhulumenti, and it has money. Yeah, money. I need money. Yeah, those are the 2 projects that dropped this year. I would like people to go back into, and like, if you have a chance, you go and listen to them. They are more. I think when you listen to music, when you're a music lover, you have to listen beyond the fact that someone is famous, someone is not famous, or someone has like got traction, or they don't have traction, they don't have people following, a big following. If you listen into the music, you listen to the words, because mostly that's what I do. I listen to the words more than anything. The fact that the track is trending or not, I just listen to the words. The person who's saying the words, what are you saying? What is it that you're trying to tell me as a person who's listening? Because I can tell you now, even with the ghetto, I came down from the ghetto, like already now, oh, this person is from the ghetto. Like, look at how I speak, even the way I walk, even the way I talk. It's something that I represent. I'm from the ghetto. You wouldn't look at me and be like, when are you from Santin? Or when are you from the suburbs? No. You see me, you're like, okay, this guy looks like he's from the ghetto. He looks like his problem food. You see those kind of things. They're also in the words, like Tsaradizaka or Latele too. It's like, like in the hood, it's like Tsara, someone Latele too da, Uteli too. So those are the things they go ghetto. If we tell Roshapaga tuba, it's like in the hood, Outlaga story, Rautuba. It's not thing or like Rato Sarela, Outlaga story. Otlaga story, not or Usugela moto. Yeah, get that. That's what I'm saying. You must listen to the words. Because sometimes the person will be like, oh, Outlaga Shapamutu, so no, Shapana. No, it's not that case. It's like Outlaga story, Rotella tuba. So you need to listen into the words, what the person is saying, and then from that you can get home like, oh, okay, I see where you're going with this, and what are you trying to say more than anything, because it's easier to misinterpret and mishear what the other person is saying. So those 2 projects are the ones that I'm pushing. Also next I'll be dropping Emakaya, which is an Amapiano song, because I also do Amapiano. I don't solely focus on one genre and say I'm mainly a hip hop artist. Because even when you hear my catalog, you can listen to Moth, which is Matters of the Heart, Moth 2, Moth 1. Those are more like R&B-ish songs where like it's all about lovey-dovey and more feelings-wise, emotions, and then you go into the trap ones. That's where you're like a hardcore. You're trying to be the hard guy, and then trap it out all hard. So it's different. I'm not a linear artist. So the first track that I did, Yamapiano, was New Testament, featuring Yevs and Melody Man. You can check that one out. It's also out. It's important so that you start from that one, and then you're gonna listen to Emakaya when it drops. It's also produced by Yevs and Melody Man. Those are the 2 people that also produced the thing. But Melody Man, he's crazy with the chords. He's the guy with the chords. When you want someone with the chords, he's crazy. That guy, I've seen him play live. It's like music theory lives in his head. I don't know how, but he's crazy. So those are the things that people should look out for from me.
Okay, so where can people find all of this music and also find you on social media?
My music is everywhere. It's on all digital streaming platforms. any digital streaming platform that you use, whether it's Spotify, Apple Music, or YouTube, or AudioMac, that whatever you prefer is all my music is all over there. You can also find me on all social medias, on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, Facebook. I'm also on Twitter, which is X now. You can find me there as Ulungani Ndim. Ulungani Ndim. That's the universal thing that I use across all social media platforms. Ulungani Ndim. So yeah, that's me. That's where people can find me. Even on YouTube also. I do have a YouTube channel. So if you want to see me on YouTube, you can go and search Ulungani Ndim. You'll find me there.
I know, that's awesome, bro. So do you have any shout outs, some people you want to shout out?
Okay, shout out to my Jitas, everyone who introduced me to music, someone like Happy Voso, even SOS, yourself, out there, even my niggas in varsity, Beckers and Venom, those guys. Shout out to one of my biggest supporters, my brother, my everyday, my everything. Yeah, Lucky Vuma, I got you. So yeah, that's all the shout outs that I have. And even anyone that I forgot, yeah, please.
Oh yeah. So any word of advice you want to give to any student battling out in varsity right now?
If you are battling out and if it's tough, I mean it's not every day that everything becomes simple. Just try your best and do your best. Anyone who wants to study Bachelor of Arts in Theatre and Performance, don't do it. Do other things and then you'll come back to do it. So yeah. That's all that I have.
So anything that you want to say, any message that you personally have to anything and anyone?
Yeah, stay blessed and pray up and make sure that you pray a lot so that you be protected by the men above. That's all that I can say. Kamako.
Oh, hey, bro. Personally, I just want to thank you for pulling up, bro. Bringing in that heat, also giving us a little bit of knowledge on what's going on there at the Wits University. Art. Can I buy it? Art faculty. Yeah, the art faculty.
Yeah.
So shout out, bro. Thank you so much for pulling up, man. Thank you for bringing in that heat.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Hopefully one day we'll record some artistic acting things in the future as well.
Hopefully, yeah.
Wait, my bro.
I hope so.
Sharp.